Okay, so this video is about how to write a speech. Public speaking in general, 101. Most people are afraid of public speaking, so it's okay. Okay, so a speech has a basic structure, a hook, a main idea, and then a clincher or conclusion, and this should wrap up the entire thing. So a hook, you can have 4 different kinds of hooks. You can use a quotation from someone famous or significant in your life. You can use a strong statement, such as if you eat enough cabbage, you'll never get cancer, or your friends have defined you. You can use a metaphor. We will come back to metaphors in a minute. Description, so imagery, that's using the 5 senses, describing things well. For example, this is Obama's speech. Scripture tells us to run with endurance the race that is set before us. The quotation. Run with endurance the race that is set before us. On Monday morning, the sun rose over Boston. The sunlight glistened off of the State House dome. In the Common and the public garden, spring was in bloom. On this Patriots' Day, like so many before, fans jumped onto the tee to see the Sacks at Fenway. So here we have a description, an imagery. He's telling a little story. So this is a solid hook. He's actually using 2 kinds of hooks. Main idea. So after your hook, you want to get into your main idea. This is where you explain your main idea. Maybe you continue to tell your story and you have a couple details and examples, but you want to make sure your point is clear and very well defined. So here, Obama shows that Boston is beloved and important to him. So he says, like, I know this because there's a piece of Boston in me. I have walked these streets. Finally is a clincher, which is a conclusion. And this is where you wrap it back to your hook. Leave the reader with something to take away. So on that note, we're actually going to jump over and look at some figurative language that you could use in a PowerPoint. Hold on, it's coming. Where did it go? Okay, so here we have figurative language, PowerPoint for public speaking. You have the different kinds of quotes. So a metaphor, more into a metaphor. A metaphor is when you say that something is something else, that it is not. And you do not use like, as, or than. For example, Miss H is a monarch butterfly, meaning I am beautiful and I like to fly. I wish. Or you could say school is as, no, that's a simile, hold on. School is the Mount Everest of schools. Copper Hills High School is the Mount Everest of schools. Simile. Simile is when you say something is like something else. So school is as big as Mount Everest. Or Miss H is as angry as a hungry elephant today. Or I am like a bird. I want to fly away. Metaphors do tend to be stronger than similes, though, so be aware of that. Similes are easier, however, but you can turn most any simile into a metaphor very easily. Anecdote is a brief story, 1 to 3 paragraphs. It is always part of a larger work and can be used as a hook or to prove a point. Description is imagery using the 5 senses. So when you want to describe something, use the 5 senses. It's very important. And those are things you can use in your speech. And that is everything. Enjoy. We'll end on our speech organization right there.